It's exactly 1 week the Parliament moved in favour of a motion asking the CBN to halt planned implementation of the Cybercrime Levy. There are fears that the cybersecurity levy imposed by the Central Bank of Nigeria is targeted at the common man. To this end, the House is doing all it can to clear the air on the levy, citing establishments involved to include GSM service providers, insurance companies, banks, among others. The lawmakers accuse the Central Bank of Nigeria, as well as the Attorney General of the Federation, of misleading the public. They say no Nigerian is meant to be taxed under the Cybercrime Act.
This is the content of the law we made. In course of execution, do not tax Nigerians directly or indirectly.
Nigerians should be happy and be proud that it's from the remittances of those institutions in the second schedule.
Honourable Kingsley expressed fears that the new levy will directly or indirectly affect the common man if caution is not taken.
For us to stand in this chamber and think or we believe that this levy is not going to fall on our citizens, we are deceiving ourselves. Come back to the issue of subsidy. We all assume that when you remove subsidy, it will end somewhere. As a tail end, who is suffering it? It's the masses that we're representing here.
We are also in support that the citizens of the country should not be taxed in the course of doing that.
The Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Digital and Electronic Banking and Justice is to further investigate the matter and report back to the House. Also, a motion on the presidential air fleet was moved on the floor of the House. This is coming after the Vice President Kashim Shettima was originally scheduled to represent President Bola Tinubu at the 2024 U.S.-Africa Business Summit hosted by the Corporate Council on Africa, but was forced to fly another route. Mr. President was also forced to travel to Saudi Arabia via a chartered flight. This is a concern for the lawmakers.
To carry out resolve that to invite the National Security Advisor, the Commandant of the Presidential Air Fleet, and other relevant officers of the government for a detailed explanation.
His motion divided the House, with majority of the lawmakers suggesting the alternative means of transportation for public service holders.
Mr. Speaker, since an issue has been raised, I will advise that the President should suspend using the presidential aircraft. If there is need, he can use either commercial or chartered aircraft. And another options, if that will also help Nigerians. If the President can travel by road, then Nigerians will have hope.
Of our friends outside this country to charter a private aircraft, surrendering his security.
Also at plenary, the House mandated its Committee on FCT to invite relevant stakeholders to discuss viable solutions to the issue of arbitrary increase of house rent in the Federal Capital Territory.
Inclusive rental system and curb arbitrary increase in house rent in the Federal Capital Territory.
The House adjourned plenary till Thursday for further legislative action.
This motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.